Hey y'all, we are back for another video. Just went for a walk because I'm trying to move more, exercise more, be active because health is wealth. So I'm trying to make better decisions in that regard. But this video is about what I did for my birthday. My birthday was back in January, so I want to talk briefly about what I did for my 40th birthday. So for my 40th birthday, I wanted to do something I guess for me to relax, but also for my family. On this particular trip that we took, we went to we went on a cruise on the ship Mardi Gras, which is part of the Carnival Cruise Line. It's one of their newest ships, and it is a really, really big boat. Like, that thing is huge. So the one thing about the Mardi Gras is the boat is very, very big, but because it's the newer design style for Carnival, there is so much to do. Like, is literally so much to do. I don't think you can honestly do everything in one day. There's multiple restaurants, there's multiple floors. If you've ever been on a cruise on Carnival, typically the Lido deck is on 10 or 11. On this boat is on 16. It had a roller coaster. It had like a tightrope type course above. It had putt-putt golf. It had the Serenity Spa. It had several pools. I mean, it was a lot to do. And one thing that we do when we go on the cruise ships is we are usually in the casino or at the comedy show or at the nightclub or whatever, just having a good time, um just having a good time. Like, literally, like, I cannot tell you um what's more important on the cruise is not just, enjoying the amenities or whatnot, but it's actually having a good time. Okay, speaking of having a good time, you also have to, when you go, you have to go with people that want to be on a cruise ship. I never say, not to go at least once, but if you're going, you have to go with the mindset that you are going to have fun, because it's easy to get stuck on, oh, this ain't right, the room not big enough, this not comfortable, I don't like this, I don't like, you can get into all that. But if you really go on there to have a good time, it's hard, absolutely hard not to. There's so many places on the boat to do. They always have activities all day long. The one thing that I like this time that we did, because it had been a while, it's been since 2019 since we've been on a Carnival boat, but what we did this time was we downloaded the Carnival app, and we paid for the chat, and that allowed us to communicate with each other a lot easier. We also got the Wi-Fi package if you're trying to stay in contact with your family and friends and stuff like that. But the chat through the app was the most beneficial. We could all see, the schedule for the day in real time. We knew the ship time and all this stuff that kind of keeps you on track, especially when you're going with other people. It's really convenient to have that app at your access, because when you need to ask somebody a question, find out where somebody's at, it's easy to do if you all are connected via, the chat. I think for me, the one big difference on this boat compared to others, because this was cruise number 9 for me, on Carnival. I've been on 10 cruises total, so I did one on Royal Caribbean. And the difference that I think Carnival has compared to the one, and I can only compare it to the one time I went on Royal Caribbean, but the difference that they have is that it is truly a fun ship. If you're looking to have fun, it could be some of the silliest things. They have dance contests and line dances, and they do stuff literally from sunup to sundown, well into the evening. There's plenty for your kids to do, which is always a thing for us. We have 2 boys. My boys are age 19 and 12. So just to give you a idea, but they have a good time. They have a good time because there's things for them to do. They have Camp Carnival, and Camp Carnival, it breaks it down in different areas depending on the age of the child. So you're not going to have a 5-year-old that's standing and trying to communicate with a 16-year-old. That's not how they do it. It's very It's very convenient. They all have separate areas within their age bracket, which is great. And if you have smaller kids and you want to kind of have a date night, they also offer babysitting services, which we've done before when we went when our youngest one was younger. We had the babysitting service because we wanted to, hang out, and you can do that. That the boat and the size of the boat and the activities and stuff for them to do, it was a lot. It was a lot of stuff to do. A lot of stuff to do. And there's a lot of different restaurants. I will not say that the food is the absolute best, but for it to be something that's all inclusive, it's edible. So that's one part. You might have to detox when you get back home, but you had a good time and the food was there. And you can also pay for the specialty restaurants. They had a specialty sushi thing. We went to that one day. We planned on going to the steakhouse one night, and it just didn't work out because we were tired. But because we had 3 stops, so we did a lot of sun and fun and swimming. So it was a little harder to get back on the boat and then try to do all the things around dinner time. You got to wash the sun off. You need a nap. It's all kinds of stuff. But the options are there. The options really. So the one thing that I really like about Carnival Cruise Line now, if you have your passport, it's a lot easier to check in. There's a lot of stuff that you can do beforehand. They also, the more you cruise, the more benefits you get. So they have the VIFP. I think it's VIFP. It don't listen. I'm not a Carnival salesperson, so I don't know. But I think it's VIFP. And so when you do different things, you get different incentives. And then the longer you're on the boat, there's other incentives that come with that. So I'm working on getting to the next status. I think I'm currently gold, so I'm working on getting to silver and then to platinum. But for us, cruising has always been, the go-to because it's plenty to keep the kids entertained. It's truly all inclusive. You have some other things you can upgrade on. When we go to different stops, we don't typically buy the excursions that's provided on the Carnival ship. We normally get off, try to talk to some of the locals and kind of figure out a price range that works for what we want to do in particular. So that has always worked for us. I'm not suggesting that you have to, and I think Carnival also now has a policy where they try to price match depending on what you're doing. So, that's always an option. There's a lot of nets out here, y'all. But depending on what you're trying to do, they will price match. So the 3 stops that we went on, we went to Cozumel, Costa Maya, and Mahogany Bay. I like all the stops. We've been to Cozumel several times, so that wasn't a new one for us, but Costa Maya and Mahogany Bay were. They were all stops off of they were all stops in Mexico, so that made it convenient as like you go in one day after the other. We stayed a little bit longer at some stops or got there a little bit earlier, but overall I like the stops. I'm not a fan of every stop that they have. We've been on every stop that you can go on, every port that you can visit from Miami for cruises 5 days or less. We've been to all of those stops at least twice. So we have a good grasp on, different places. We've done one place I want to go back to is Grand Turk. That was nice. The U.S. Virgin Islands was nice as well. That was a really nice stop, but that was pre-COVID. So they've changed some of the stops now. So it's just like, you have to go on longer trips to go further south. So if you do a 3-day, you're not visiting Cozumel or, stuff like that, depending on what port you go out of. If you're doing a 7-day or an 8-day, you have a tendency to go further south because you're on the boat longer, which gives them more time to get further south. So that's just always something to consider. If you're looking to go to, some place that you've never been, you may have to go out of a different port, or you might have to take a longer cruise, which is always an option. I mean, why not? Be on the boat. Have fun. But that's pretty much it, y'all. I just wanted to let you know what I did for my 40th birthday. I could have did the party and stuff like that, but I do parties all the time, and so I really wanted to do something where I had the time to relax and party when I wanted to, which is basically what you do on Carnival cruise ships anyway, is party. But I had a good time. Unfortunately, right before my cruise, my father-in-law had passed away 3 days prior. So I mean, I already had it, and came to the conclusion in my heart that if my husband didn't want to go, I wasn't going to go. But he decided that we would still go, just to get away for a moment. And I, my hat's off to him, most definitely, because it was really hard. Um, it was a lot, and we'll touch on that a little bit later. But just wanted to let you all know what I did for my birthday, and consequently, my birthday is the day after my oldest son's birthday. So, but our milestone birthdays don't fall on the same year. So he turned 18 last year. I was 39. This year I turned 40. He turned 19. So it's no milestone birthday. But always remember, I am always 21. Always, always 21. Always 21. Say it with me. Always 21. I am always 21. But anyway, I just finished my walk. Just wanted to get on real quick and let you all know what I did for my 40th birthday. I had a great time on the Mardi Gras ship by Carnival Cruise Lines. I definitely will make it a ship of choice moving forward. And I know they have some other ships rolling out pretty soon. So, and hopefully they'll have some different stops. But other than that, y'all have a good one.